With EVA-1, Mike and Bobby are going to be going outside, and the first task is going to be installing a SASA antenna, which is an S-band antenna, and Bobby is going to be retrieving a foot restraint from the truss, and he's going to be installing that onto the station arm, and he's going to be egressing that, and that's going to take him out to the payload bay. Mike is going to translate out to the payload bay and start removing this antenna from the payload bay. So he is going to be meeting Mike over there. I'm sorry, Bobby will be meeting Mike over there. And there are several bolts to remove. There will be 6 of them. So once Mike removes those bolts, he's going to hand off the antenna to Bobby. And Bobby, again, he's going to stay on the arm and take that out to Z1. When the area is clear, Mike is going to go into the toolbox there, and he's going to be retrieving 2 egress aids and also some cables for a task later on in the EVA. So with these egress aids, they go into the foot restraints, and they basically help with egressing and egressing the foot from the foot restraints. You can see one of them lighting up there. Once Mike is complete with that, he is going to meet Bobby out at Z1, where they're going to be installing this antenna. And this is a picture from the neutral buoyancy laboratory, the big pool. Both crew members are helping in that installation. You see Mike there, he's drilling the bolts for it. So Bobby's going to stay on the arm and go off to his next task. Moving off to Bobby, who is still on the arm, he's going to be doing some lubrication of some of the robotics hardware that's on station. So the first one he's going to be lubricating is what we call the POA, which is the payload and ORU accommodation. He's lubricating that, and then next he goes off and is going to be lubricating the Japanese robotics arm. So he has a grease gun that he squirts grease into the bearings, and it's just a preventative maintenance. We've done it several times with several of the other robotics tools we have on station. And this is a picture of Bobby performing that lubrication in the pool. So that concludes what Bobby does for EVA-1. Mike does have one more task left. This one is out on S0. The previous mission, STS-129, they did run into some issues of connecting up an avionics cable that's needed for Node 3 activation. And so we are going to be launching an adapter for that. They believe it's a keying issue with the cable going into the panel, and so this adapter will help us overcome that keying issue. We are going to try to connect it up one more time. Possibly it may have been thermal issues during that EVA, but if that doesn't work, we do have the adapter to help us. And that concludes the activities that we have planned for EVA-1. Both crew members head on out to S3, where they're going to be deploying a payload attach system, a PAS. They're going to be deploying the Nader outboard one. So we have deployed several of these already. There were some issues on previous flights, and we got a method together of how to deploy them properly so things wouldn't get stuck. The last mission, 128, they were able to deploy one flawlessly, and so we're going to do the same thing. So these attached systems, you're able to attach different pallets to it and different payloads. During EVA-2, this EVA, they are going to be installing robotically ELC-2. So on 129, we're bringing up ELC-1 and ELC-2. That stands for Express Logistics Carrier. It's basically a pallet with spare parts on it. And you can see in the background, ELC-2 is already installed.